What's up, guys? Flippin' Steve here. Just headed out of work at 1 a.m. on Saturday morning. After working all night on Friday and afternoon, I came in at 1 p.m., worked a 12-hour shift. Another manager called out. I needed to stay. However, I gotta get on the move. I need to get home. I need to get packed. I need to be on the road by 2:30 a.m. to catch my flight in Philly. Headed to Raleigh, down to North Carolina, to the Raleigh card show. Going to hang out with Dustin, the sports card dad. I still want to call him the PFD, the PF Dizzle, but the sports card dad. We're going to hang out, go to a show. Don't really necessarily have a plan for this show other than to just look for nice cards, rare cards, things that I can't find online. Look for good deals. Price point is going to be a strong determining factor when it comes to what I decide to buy. And also, just think like a collector, especially if I'm looking to resell. Look for items for my PC, first of all, as a collector, as well as think like other collectors and items that they may want for their PC, which gives me an opportunity to buy, at a discount at a show, hopefully, and resell to someone, looking for a cool card for their PC. So, like I always said, if you think like a collector and you buy cards that you think collectors will want, you'll always have something to move on to someone else, as opposed to people who strictly buy, sell, and trade, on the quick flip to make the dollar. Yes, I do that. It is harder to do that unless you have, nice, rare items that are ultimately going to find their way into a collection of someone. So again, they'll be looking to buy. People who are looking to buy base cards to flip now just aren't looking into that stuff that much. So again, not a strong plan heading into this show. Going to see what it offers. Going to see what opportunities are out there. I will show you guys. I will film some footage if I can, and some of the trip. Definitely share my pickups at the end of this. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see what Raleigh has to bring. All right, guys, and just like that, we're in the good old Philadelphia airport. On my ride here, one of my friends actually dropped me off. On my ride here, I kind of started thinking of a plan, maybe a challenge or goal for myself for this show. I'm thinking I would like to come away with definitely one vintage card, whether it just be a second, third, fourth year card of a older superstar or a rookie card, but one vintage card. I'd like to also come away with a nice Hall of Fame auto, maybe a rookie card of someone that could also fall into the vintage, as well as one non-sports card, for the PC. So I'm looking for one non-sports card, a vintage card, a Hall of Fame auto, and maybe a fourth card. We'll see. We'll set those goals and see how many of those we can find and get some deals on. So I'll recap some of that stuff for you guys later on. We're in Raleigh Airport, going to look for our ride. All right, guys, here at the Raleigh Airport, still waiting for my ride. Dustin is about 20 minutes away. It's kind of loud out here, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear me or not. Good smooth flight. I'm operating on minimal sleep. I've been up since 10 a.m. yesterday. It is now 7:30 a.m. the next day, so almost going on 24 hours with no sleep. But going to head to the show, hopefully be able to get a nap later, get some breakfast before going to the show, and see what happens. I'm excited. Finally landed. Just chilling here on this bench. Hopefully I don't fall asleep waiting for Dustin to get here. Yep. Still waiting. Still waiting. What's up? What's up, guys? Flippin' Steve here, back from the Raleigh show on Saturday to talk about the show, talk about the day. It was a long day for me. I've been up longer than 24 hours. I'm back here at Dustin's in the guest room. He comes in, he says, "Have everything you need in the guest room except I need to get you some shampoo." And I'm like, "Do you see this?" I wasn't sure if it was a joke or if he was for real. But anyway, shampoo not necessary. So going into the show, it was rather slow to start the day. We were there right around opening time. It did pick up throughout the day to the point to where it was a little tight, did get a little tight walking around. There was a decent mix of cards. The show itself also included toys and comic books. Comic books was very thin on selection. Lots of toys there. I would say it was probably 60-40, 55-45 in favor of sports cards. A decent selection. A lot different than it was last time I was here. I didn't see a whole lot of Hall of Fame autos. However, I did see one that I did pick up. I did make a deal for a Frank Robinson on-card auto from Topps Finest. It was only $40. It was ticketed $45. I didn't look at comps or anything on a card like that. I just figured $40 was reasonable for the card. I will show you the card at the end of this video, and this video should be day 1 and day 2, as we do plan on going back tomorrow. However, you know, plans are always subject to change. We'll see how we feel in the morning, but I do want to take another browse around the show. I just always feel like I might miss something. Plus, you never know what might walk into the room or even out of the room come a second day. Was some vintage cards I was eyeing up. Is that is something I am in the market for. Some football, some baseball, a couple different players, some Jim Browns, a Bart Starr, rookie cards, of course, a Sandy Koufax. Dustin did pick up the Johnny Unitas, which was a card I would have grabbed if he didn't see it first. I'm just looking to get into some of that stuff. I actually sold 2 cards today and only bought 1, other than a couple really low end like cards, like some Pokemon cards that I picked up to give as a gift. But I did sell an Iron Man 2017 Red Precious Metal Gems in a BGS slab, a BGS 9. I still had a photo of that. Really did well on that card, especially with the market coming down on those. That was kind of a throw-in on a deal that I had made about a month ago with another card, and I was just looking to move it in person as opposed to online. Found my buyer at this show. It is a guy who does buy a lot of Marvel cards in general, a big-time collector that you see at a lot of shows. Purchased this Iron Man off of me. Also sold my Frank Thomas, Bo Jackson, Top Stadium Club co-signers, which was numbered out of 5, and I had picked that up at the show in Oldsmar when I was in Tampa on vacation back in March, and did do a nice little profit on that. Did the deal with 704 Crew. As you can see, got a sticker right here. Also on Instagram and YouTube. Give them a shout out. I made some money. They were super happy with the card, and this goes back to what I was talking about earlier, is if you can pick up these types of cards that you know are going to have an end game and an end home to a collector, and you can get a deal on them at a show, then you can move them down the line, because they're not the types of cards that pop up every day. When I bought that Frank Thomas Bo Jackson card, it's not because it was a card that I liked or was a big fan of either one of the players. It was just a nice card that I know you don't see all the time. Again, numbered out of 5. And then if I could get it for a good deal, I would probably be able to move on it from it later and make some margins on it and free my money back up, which I did. Made the deal for this card. Got a photo of that also, that deal going down. So 2 cards left my case today. 1 card came in. I will show you that. And yeah, I'm going to crash here. It's been a long day. I did get in a little bit of a nap earlier, but I'm going to wake up tomorrow, do it all over again, and see how Sunday plays out at this show. See if it's slower, see if it's busier. There are some big shows going on with the Midwest Monster, and there might be something going on in Chicago this weekend as well. I might be wrong. Comment below if there's a show going on there. That's all I got for you to wrap up this part of the video. And again, we're going to be talking about day 2 if we end up going, and my pickups as well. If I don't pick up a lot of cards tomorrow, or at least enough worth showing, I will have a mail day also when I get back home, because I got a lot of stuff coming in the mail. I'll just tack that onto this video. If not, I'll just create it as a separate video. But all right, guys, thanks for watching thus far. And if you want to see the rest of the Raleigh show and my experience here in North Carolina, tune in or stay tuned for what I add on to this. All right, guys, take it easy. All right, guys, back to the Raleigh Fairgrounds here for day 2 of the Raleigh Sports Card and Toy Show. Going to go in here today, see if I can grab a couple cards. Only picked up the one yesterday that I talked about. Nice sunny day to start the morning. I did not bring my Pelican case with me today. It's going to give me more opportunity to look around without, putting my case down on the table. I just always feel better walking around a show without my case, to be honest. I just like to bring it, sometimes look for deals. I do got my bag here. Got about $4K in cash, and I I'm bringing in 4 or 5 cards to see if any of the dealers have any interest in these. Because surprisingly enough, I brought my case with me yesterday and really only had one dealer go through my case. I did pull out the Iron Man card that I told you that I sold, but I pulled that out separately and just offered it up because I knew that that dealer liked Marvel. And I had one other dealer go through my case and they had pulled out the Frank Thomas, Bo Jackson co-signers that I talked to you guys about. All right, guys, about to head into the show and give you some updates. If I can film inside, maybe I'll grab something. But I believe that this show is promoted by the promoter that doesn't allow cameras, as there are 2 promoters that normally run this show. And this one is the one with the no camera policy. So outdoors, about to go in, and I'll talk to you guys about the show in a little while. The Jedi mind stare is in full effect. Don't move a muscle. Oh. All right, guys, just finished up inside the show after a couple hours. I didn't shoot any footage. I did take a couple pictures. And I did actually buy some more cards today. I bought 4 more pickups, I believe it was, all autographed cards, 2 baseball, 2 football, all Hall of Famers, I do believe. No, with the exception of one. One card's not a Hall of Famer, just a personal favorite player of mine. So pick that up. I'll show you guys the wrap up and show you guys how, or talk about how, you know, there's some deals to be found here on this Sunday, and I'll explain that, you know, when I get a chance to sit down and set up. All right, guys, in the evening, finished with the show. We decided we're going to go to a professional soccer game, female soccer professional here in Raleigh, the North Carolina Courage. We're going to go check them out. They're already winning the game 1-0 actually. I haven't been to a soccer game since like middle school, so this is my first dose of like actual live soccer, and should be pretty fun, pretty cool. See if I can get a little bit of filming of the game in the field, and yeah, just take it in and have a good time. Okay, so day 3 here for me here in Raleigh, visiting Dustin. The card show is over. I'm going to go back and recap day 2 of the card show and show my pickups closer to the end of this video. This is day 3. I've already gotten up and gotten in a workout at the gym. You know, can't be lazy even though I'm away from home. Just getting back into the swing, working on the cardio, just trying to get a little sweat, burn a little calories, lose a little weight. Looking at hurt, I need to get healthy. Not to mention that I'm trying to be healthy, and now I'm about to go eat Bojangles, I guess fried chicken. I've never had Bojangles before, so it'll be a first timer. Got to do it while I'm down here. Actually, I had told Kenny Fornos, who's also from North Carolina, that I'd never had Bojangles, and him and his friends thought it was crazy, but they just don't have them up in the Northeast where I'm from. So going to check that out. Heard it's pretty good. Maybe I'll take a footage of me grubbing down on some chicken, and then we're going to head out and see a movie, maybe see Top Gun. All right, let's go. It's time. Finally going to go see this. I was going to go see it a couple times and backed out, but now we're going to go see it. And look, there's the big old marquee sign right there. Popcorn, and let's go.
For booking accommodation, we love booking stuff. And
I want to understand how your world.
We're going to get a copyright strike for Limp Bizkit.
Oh yeah.
Got a Limp Bizkit right here in my box. All right, guys, done with the movie. The movie was actually really, really good. The last 15 to 20 minutes got a little bit over the top, cheesy, but the movie up until that point was really good. If you've seen the first Top Gun, you definitely want to see this one because there was a lot of references back to that old one, a lot of nostalgia and things like that. So the movie was pretty cool. Got our Bojangles, and I must say, the Bojangles isn't bad, but maybe my expectations were set so high. It's pretty good. I'm going to eat it. I'm starving. Going to the gym, but I'm not going to rank it up there in the top, you know, 2 or 3 of, I don't know, chicken fast food establishments. You know, when you got Chick-fil-A and Popeyes and KFC and all kinds of different ones out there. I don't know where Bojangles rates. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys who have eaten Bojangles before. Still good, but I don't know. Just maybe the bar was just set too high for the Bojangles. I'm going to head back and not going to go out to dinner tonight, actually having dinner at Dustin's house. I've been told that I'm going to be making pasta. I've never made pasta, but I'm going to be taught how to make pasta, so I guess I'll be rolling out some pasta and cutting it or whatever later. I don't know what is even involved, in making pasta, so we'll see what happens with that. Should be fun, should be a good time, and I catch my plane out tomorrow morning, and yeah, going to show you guys my cards I'm going to try to pull a trade with Dustin. If we make a trade, I want to go ahead and try to snag one of his cards. He just got an upgrade on a card that he already owned, and I want to try to get the other one that he already had. So maybe I might be able to get that off of him for a good deal. See what happens with that. So here I am back from making pasta. Just had dinner. First time, like I said, boom, professional, automatic. Had a good teacher though. Learned how to make some pasta. It was pretty fun. So now let's go ahead and chat about day two. What we've really been here to talk about of the Raleigh show. Now, main differences between day one and day two is I'm going to say the crowd. The crowd on day two was not as much, and it was Father's Day, and we'll talk about that in a second. It was Father's Day, so I don't know if Father's Day could cause there to be less people out or more people out. Maybe fathers and sons going out to the card show together. But I'm going to guess that was probably more of a Saturday type deal, and Sunday was probably more of a stay at home with your family type. So with it being Father's Day, the show opened at 10 and was open until 4. The day before, it was 9 to 5 on Saturday. Now, we arrived there right as it was opening, but only stayed for a couple hours. The first thing I did notice, other than the crowd, was prices. Some people, a majority of the dealers, especially the dealers that weren't big time, like your big time names, and most of the big time name dealers were at the bigger shows. A lot of the dealers at this show were more local guys, but they were offering up better deals. In fact, you could see, especially on a lot of the bargain bins, where they had marked the prices down from Saturday to Sunday as if they were just trying to move inventory out quickly. Maybe they didn't want to take it home. Maybe they were just trying to make enough money to pay for their tables. I don't know the cost of the tables, not really sure. And then the items that I picked up, I also picked up, and the first thing the dealer said to me was like, I'm trying to give some really good deals today. He did say, because it's Father's Day, so I'm a father, and I want to give out some deals. But I kind of got the take that he really hadn't moved many cards. And honestly, this was the gentleman that I had bought the Frank Robinson autograph from on Saturday. I went back to his booth because he was the only one that tended to have, a good selection of Hall of Fame autographs, at least a decent collection in comparison to what else was there. So I went back over his stuff, pulled a couple cards, showed a couple cards on Instagram. I always post my stuff on Instagram first so you guys can see it. So if you have it, head over there and, follow me on Instagram so you can see my cards early. But anyway, got a couple Hall of Fame autographs from him. Was a Hank Aaron, a throw-in with a Willie Stargell. Dustin also did a deal with this same gentleman for a Ricky Henderson and a Mark McGwire autograph, which you would have seen in Dustin's video. And really negotiated back and forth. I finally decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on the price that he gave me for the 2 cards. It was a very fair price, and I believe it was only a fair price because dealers were trying to move off some of their cards on the Sunday after what looked to me to not be a heavy sales volume day on Saturday. There was people there. I didn't see a lot happening. I saw a lot of people talking, but I didn't see a lot of action as far as transactions taking place. I did see quite a few people with their cards saying, "Are you buying anything?" More so than I even saw people going up and cashing out a card off of a dealer. Dealers were buying, like I said. I did sell 2 cards. I'm coming home with more money and more cards than I left with. I sold 2 cards, so that's 2 cards out of my box, but I'm also coming home with 5 cards. But also, I'm coming home with about $1,000 more than I left home with. So for me, it was a win-win. It was a good trip, had fun. Hanging out, not just the card show, but everything. So it was a good trip, worth coming down here to hang out with a friend and having a good time. I'll show you guys my pickups here and go ahead and wrap this video up. It's been long enough. Thanks for hanging in with me this long, and let's go ahead and take a look at my pickups from the show. Well, stuck here at the Raleigh airport as I'm about to leave and head back, and my bag has been pulled over or my Pelican case has been pulled over for security purposes. So they're going to check my cards like always, just like when I came back from Atlanta and actually leaving Philly to come on this trip. I had went a long time traveling without them checking my Pelican case, but now it's starting to happen more and more frequently. So, just waiting. We'll see how long it takes. Back in a hurry to wrap up this video with my pickups. My first day 1 pickup was the Frank Robinson Topps Finest Fusion on-card auto. Love the photo. I got my Frank Robinson also. that I have back here, and I love the design of that card. We'll talk about that also in a minute. But anytime I can buy a player from my favorite team that has also, you know, won a Triple Crown, won the MVP in the American League and the National League, 10th all-time home runs, which a lot of people don't realize, 586 career home runs with a 291 career average. I mean, those are huge numbers. You know, also the first African-American manager in the major leagues. So, you know, got some history there. Great player, great card, undervalued, underappreciated. I'm not going to say undervalued, but underappreciated. This was $40. So go figure, a player with all those accolades, $40 for an on-card auto. The second day, my first pickup were these two cards, both from the same table. I love the 1998 autographics. It's just a throwback set for myself. It takes me back to the card shop days when I used to go back there and bust a lot of packs in 1998, chasing Peyton Manning rookies. And this is Hines Ward, rookie year. Unfortunately, he isn't his Georgia uniform, but that's okay. Still got a big fan base for him in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a huge fan base. And the Mike Alstott. I loved Mike Alstott. Not in the Hall of Fame, but an awesome player. I remember watching him run people over. You know, kind of like a fan favorite, cult favorite, if you will, when it comes to people, you know, who look for a real, true, hardcore football player. These I picked up on the second day, and I talked about how people were giving deals. These were priced fairly high, $150 and $80. He said 40 on the Alstott. He said 60 on the Hines Ward. I got them together for 90. So you're looking at an average of $45 a piece. I don't even know the comps. I didn't really care. I wanted to buy them at the show, and I thought that they were pretty awesome. Next up is going to be a Willie Stargell, and I'll tell you why I picked this up. And like I said, I love the design of that, so I got the Frank Thomas already. I mean, Frank Robinson. I'm talking about Frank Thomas. Got another Frank Robinson to go with it. Same design with the Willie Stargell. Willie Stargell passed away, I believe, in 2001. So he really doesn't have many signed products out there. He is a Hall of Famer. Played all 16 or 17 years of his career with the Pirates. So he's got a huge fan base. Nickname Pops. People just... I have friends who like the Pirates, and this guy was just huge to them. So even though he's not one of your big-time headliners, you know, when it comes to the Hall of Famers, you know, you have your different tier of Hall of Famers. Still a great player that people remember, and not much autograph items out there. 1999 and 2000 is about it, and only a couple products. So cool card. Probably, you know, my plans for some of this stuff. I plan to keep the first three cards that I actually showed you. This one might be a card that I move if I find the right collector, whether it be in a trade, because I acquired this as a throw-in, and I'll tell you why. My last card that I picked up, and finally my first autograph of Hank Aaron, and this is a Topps 5-star numbered out of 25. The gentleman had 3 different Hank Aaron on-card autos, all about the same price, but I looked at, now they were different brands, but I wanted to look at the signature. This signature looked the best out of all of them. Stickered at $900. I couldn't get him any lower than $800. It was kind of an impulse buy, to be honest, because I hadn't bought much at the show. Couldn't find much on my radar, except for Hall of Fame autographs, and really, there was only one guy there with anything like this. And couldn't get him to come any lower than $800, so I said, hey, will you throw in the Willie Stargell with it? And he said for another $25. So this was stickered at $900. This was stickered at $90. He came down to $8 on this, and then I tried to get him to come lower. Then I tried to get him to throw in the Willie Stargell, and he did for $25. So I paid $825 for both of these cards. I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, man, is that going to be a remorseful purchase? Because it just wasn't something on my target. It was very impulsive. You know, I saw the card and I liked it, and then I started thinking, I was like, that's the fun of buying cards, is not necessarily having a target, but going and seeing a card that you gravitate to and going ahead and making that purchase. And I am pleased with this. Still not sure. May look to move this. We'll see. I'll put it on the trade table at the National, you know, just to draw some attention and see what happens with that. All right, guys, going to wrap up the video really quickly. Tune into the live stream. We're going to be on the National giveaway. And thanks for viewing. Thumbs up, subscribe on your way out. I'll see you guys next time around. Later.